Hey guys, AJYT Abbott here, and January is gone. Just like that, we've already sped through the first month of 2026. That is insane to think about because I just got used to saying 2026 as the year, and we're already in February. And I've got 6 movies to rank here. I didn't get to as many as I wanted to. There are movies like Iron Lung, or some movies that got some more wide releases like The Plague. There was the Wrecking Crew, I think, that came out with Momoa and Batista, and then Charlie XCX's film The Moment, I think, had a small release in January. So unfortunately, I didn't get to those. But if I do end up getting to watch Iron Lung and The Moment soon, I might cheat and put them on the February list just to make you guys happy that want to see me cover those movies in some capacity. So, with that said, there will be spoilers for the movies that I cover, potentially in this video. If you guys haven't seen the movies when I get to one and you don't want to hear any spoilers, I might not get into spoilers, but just to be safe, if you don't want to know anything, just skip past and go to the next section. And with that said, let's get into it.
The odd ones that do come back online are docile. You have nothing to fear.
So we started off with We Bury the Dead. This is a zombie film starring Daisy Ridley, and this movie I think premiered at a festival or two last year, which a lot of people like watched it then and were like, hey, we're putting it on the 2025 list. It was like, look, all I know is it's getting a wide release like the 2nd or 3rd of January or something like that. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna cover it for 2026. And this is a decent enough zombie little movie. It's not really, it's more of a drama thriller than it is a zombie movie because there's this big wide event that wipes out a whole bunch of people, and Daisy Ridley is amongst the people sent in to kind of clean up after the dead, kind of pile the corpses up. And some of the corpses, I don't know why, just specific ones, I forget the exact explanation for it, but some of them are rising back after they die. They are, coming back to life. And the real reason Daisy Ridley's trying to help out here is so that she can kind of break off and go and find her husband because he was gone on a like a work retreat, like a vacation kind of thing, or I think it was like a work trip when that thing happened. So she's kind of concerned, wanting, is there a chance that my husband is still alive or not? And the movie doesn't really dive into its concept as much as I was hoping it would. I felt like some of the stuff with her having to deal with these other zombies that are coming back to life, and they're having some sort of memories of who they once were. Like she meets, like, there's this one zombie that starts burying his family in the backyard, which I thought was a kind of a really cool idea, and that was a pretty cool scene. There is a pregnant zombie that has a baby, and they take care of the baby at the end. They get the baby, and she smiles because she always wanted a child. I wish Daisy Ridley was in better movies. I really fucking do. This is not a bad movie by any sense. It's kind of mid. It's gonna go in the mid tier, but could have been a lot better.
Ben? There's something wrong with Ben.
Then we had Primate. This is a killer chimp movie, placed in January, so you're automatically thinking, shit, this is gonna be absolute January slop. And no, it's not. For the most part, it is a really fun, enjoyable movie. There are some absolutely brutal kills in this movie. I like that you got Troy Kotsur in there. I haven't seen him since he won the Oscar for Coda, and he's great for the time that he has in here. Everyone else, pretty damn forgettable, I'm not gonna lie. This is not a horror movie that you're gonna be watching for the characters and for your emotional investment. You're not gonna care at all about these characters. You're not gonna give jack shit about any of them, really. I wish there was a bit more done with Ben himself, the monkey. I wish he got a little bit more, showing like the positive, showing the relationship that he has with the family beforehand, before things go to shit, because there isn't a whole lot of time spent on the before. It's more of like, we see a little bit of like, yeah, he's a, friend, family friend, part of the family, and then all of a sudden it turns into like this gruesome, horrific event out of nowhere, so you don't get a real sense of like that loss that they're experiencing. But like I said, the kills are very fun, enjoyable. The bedroom scene where he rips this dude's jaw off is top 10 material for the year, for horror, for sure. And, yeah, it chalks up to a great movie. Or it's a good movie. I wouldn't say great. I am holding it back from the great tier just because of some of the more generic aspects of it and the forgettability of the characters and some of the stuff outside of the kills. But overall, a movie that you could throw on with friends and still have a really fun time.
There's snitches in every division.
Watch your back. Cover! Bitch! I'm breaking left! I got the roof!
The Rip is a action, I use that term kind of loosely, because there is like 2 or 3 action sequences in this movie, but it's not an overall action film. I would say it's very much more of a drama, or a thriller. But, there is plenty of action in here when you do get it, like when you do get the 1 or 2 sequences where they're firing back, there's a lot of gunfire happening. It is electrifying, it does get you, keep you on your toes and keeps you engaged. This is a movie where this team is sent to a house, they get a call about a huge lump sum of money that's sitting in this house, and they're trying to figure out, the circumstances of, like, why it's here, who's coming after it, who's involved, who can we trust, who can we not. And it's got a stacked cast, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, that duo, those two are a powerhouse. They are a force of nature in any movie that they're in, and they continue to be that here. I like the camaraderie between them, those two characters. You have my boy Steven Yeun from The Walking Dead in here, Tiana Taylor, and she's on her way to potentially win an Oscar this year for One Battle After Another. Yeah, it's just a really, really great, movie that keeps you on your toes. It's very intense. It really plays with the aspect of, like, can you trust this character? Can you not trust this character? For a long time in this movie, they had me thinking that Matt Damon was in on it, that he was going to steal the money for himself. There's a really great twist all throughout this movie that, like, if you blink and you miss it, you're kind of like, okay, like, I don't know what they're planning here, but something's amiss here, and you're trying to figure out who to trust. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. So, yeah, it's a Netflix action film that actually holds up and is entertaining, and it's going to be one that, you come back to and you're like, yeah, out of all the original Netflix action movies, this is actually one of the best ones of the bunch.
What's your name?
Spike?
No. I think your name is Jimmy.
28 years later, disappointed me last year. A good bit. Now, granted, I did rewatch it in preparation for The Bone Temple, and I liked it a bit more. But I still have a lot of issues with it. And Bone Temple pretty much squandered that film in every other way. Bone Temple is an epic ride. This movie, from start to finish, is the most gruesome, the most unforgiving, the most relentless entry into this franchise, and I can't thank Nia DaCosta enough for directing this one and showing us that, yeah, just because she did The Marvels doesn't mean that she's lacking talent. She is fucking skilled as fuck behind the camera in the director's chair. We know the backstory between The Marvels anyway. That was a whole shit show she had nothing to do with, hardly. That was more of a Kevin Feige situation. Here, she really lets her direction shine in Bone Temple. You have Ralph Fiennes giving an absolutely amazing performance. One of my favorites of his that I've seen recently, probably since his role in The Menu. And that final act where he breaks out the Iron Maiden and he is pretending to be this satanic figure for Jack O'Connell's character and the Jimmies. It is an amazing sight to see, and probably the best third act of the year so far, and it's going to be a tough one to top. Like I said, it is probably the most gruesome one in the franchise. The barn sequence where they're skinning people, absolutely sickening. The Jimmies are turned from the cartoon characters that they were at the end of 28 years later into this really menacing, sadistic, just fucking monstrous group that you would think you would see on, like, The Walking Dead, the levels of violence that they go through in this movie to prove that, like, they are the threat. The zombies are threatening, but these people are the real ones to be watching out for. Excuse me. And I just really enjoyed Alfie Williams in the film. I thought he was great. The Cillian Murphy cameo at the end has me excited, and I cannot wait to see the follow-up to this, because this was epic. Please, if you have not seen this movie, go out and see it, because I don't know if it's going to flop or it's going to be a success. I think it's leaning towards being a flop, which is a fucking shame. So please, go out and support The Bone Temple. It's definitely one of the ones that needs your help right now. And yeah, it's a great movie, going on the great tier.
Your guilt must fall below the 92% threshold, or you will be executed in precisely 90 minutes.
This is Mercy, which is produced by the same people that did War of the Worlds last year with Ice Cube. One of, if not the worst films of last year. Is the producers of that went on to do another movie where the main character sits in a chair for like 99% of the runtime and watches a screen. Now, to be fair, this is leagues above what War of the Worlds was. It's not the same director, the creative team behind it, mind you. It's just the producers. The people that are actually making this movie have some pretty good ideas. I'll give you that. The screen life aspect of it, where Chris Pratt has to prove his innocence, that he didn't murder his wife to this AI judge, played by Rebecca Ferguson, is an interesting idea on paper. Now, granted, they do kind of lean into that, oh, AI isn't as bad as we think, and, you know, we all make mistakes and all that shit. It's like, fuck off with that pro-AI shit. Fuck that shit. But other than that, it did keep me on my toes. I'm gonna be honest, I was engaged in what was happening in this plot. I was excited to kind of see if Chris Pratt was gonna prove his innocence or not, or we were just gonna end the movie with him getting shot in this chair. I would have been fucking pissed. The twist that happens at the end is done well enough. If you pick up on one or two things earlier in the movie, you might have figured it out, but I actually had such low expectations on this movie. I was like kind of dragging through the first part of it. I was like, okay, I don't think this is going to be any good. So I might have, you know, missed something key to pick up on that would lead me to be like, oh yeah, obviously that's the one that did it. But no, overall, throughout the course of the movie, I was looking forward to seeing the end result of this. Rebecca Ferguson is doing a good enough job, I guess, as this AI judge. Chris Pratt, some of his line deliveries are a bit questionable in some areas. The daughter character's fine enough. I don't know. Everyone's just doing a fine performance. No one's doing anything great in this, I don't think. But at the end of the day, it's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. But it's not good. It's definitely not good. It's a very middle-of-the-road kind of movie. But for the screen life genre, definitely ranks below the likes of, like, Searching and Missing. So, not anything special. If you were looking forward to watching this, definitely wait till streaming, okay? It's going in the mid-tier.
Are there any others? Have you tried making a distress signal? Or a bigger fire?
But we ended the month off with Sam Raimi's newest film, Send Help, which stars Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams. Now, if you trap me on an island, Rachel McAdams, you're going to see me fold and bend to her every will and be like, what do you need? What do we need to survive this island? You're going to see me fold pretty fast, because Rachel McAdams, man, they do their best to make her, you know, seem super uncomfortable to be around and super, you know, just like, I don't know, off-putting and cringeworthy. Shit, I'd still want to be on that island. I don't give a fuck. But no, she is fantastic in this movie. Probably my favorite performance of the year right now. Definitely a neck-and-neck battle between her and Ralph Fiennes. But her and Dylan O'Brien are excellent in this film. They both embody their characters so well. It's an island survival thriller. I love these kind of movies, seeing how the humanity is going to fall, seeing them being at odds with each other, because it's a dickhead boss versus this super underappreciated, hardworking employee that just kind of, you know, gets shunned at every turn, you know, when she's trying to fit in and actually bond with coworkers and make jokes and get on this boss's good side. She's just constantly, you know, kind of shoved aside. And in this movie, when they land on this island, she gets this chance to prove herself, show her worth, show her survival skills, and that leads to a third act that is fucking insane. Actually, honestly, I would say the first act, really, really good at building things up. Middle act, there is a few points that kind of drag here and there where we are just looking at them building shelter and stuff like that. And the third act, though, is when shit gets absolutely crazy, like when the fiancé comes, Rachel McAdams kills the fiancé, and Dylan finds out about it, and he goes fucking ballistic. There's that whole twist with the mansion being on the other side of the island, which I thought was crazy. and the all-out brawl that her and O'Brien have when he's like clawing her eyes out and she's trying to stab him in that ultimate showdown that they have in the mansion, leading to that ending that isn't going to satisfy everyone, sure as hell satisfied me, because I fucking love the crazy, chaotic, fun nature of a Sam Raimi movie, and that's exactly what he delivered here. It's one of my favorite Sam Raimi films that he's done in quite some time, and it belongs as my favorite film of January. So, yeah, Send Help is my favorite film of 2026 so far. How far will it fall? How long will it stay at number 1? We shall see. We've got Scream 7 coming up in February. How do you feel about that, Ghostface? Yeah, I'm worried too. But stay tuned for that review. I've got a review for The Strangers Chapter 3. Jesus Christ, coming later this week. I hope you guys are looking forward to that. So, yeah, until next time, let me know what your ranking is down in the comments below of the movies that you watched this month. Take care, guys, and goodbye.